Hi folks, Matthew Lanigan here with Baywa RE. We'll just give it another minute or two. We see people are still signing in and we'll be right back with you and our friends from SolaDeck. Thanks. Hi folks, Matthew Lanigan here again with Baywa RE. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer here at Baywa. Really appreciate you all taking some time out of your busy day to spend with us and our friends at SolaDeck to learn a bit about their product. A little bit before housekeeping notes before we get going. This will be recorded. It will come out in the next newsletter. It's also on our YouTube channel. If you haven't signed up for our YouTube channel, we'd appreciate it if you did. You can find this webinar as well as all of our previous webinars there. Continuing education is a really important staple of our business here at Baywa, so really happy to be able to have that passed along with our partners as well. Before we get going, you will be able to put questions in the bottom right corner. Could I have somebody just say hello in the questions box just to test it to make sure things are working? Great, thank you. Okay, without further ado, we have our friends Steve and Ann from SolaDeck coming to us from beautiful Wisconsin. Floor is yours, guys.
Good morning and welcome. My name is Steve Capozzi, and I am the president and founder of RSTC Enterprises, the parent company of SolaDeck. In 2007, I designed and patented the first flashed PV junction box for the solar industry. That part needed to provide the maximum fire protection, would never crack or leak. It also had to protect PV wire, connections, and the roof penetration. Metal was the only option that satisfied every one of these conditions. And that is why today, SolaDeck products are made using G90 galvanized steel and 316 stainless steel. All SolaDeck parts then are powder coated black or gray. After 20 plus years and 2.5 million parts in the field, SolaDeck has never had a failure. No other PV junction box can make that claim. In fact, PV junction boxes made from other materials are already seeing failures after just 5 years in the market. SolaDeck is the safest, most reliable PV junction box in the solar market. This picture you see on the right of the screen was sent to us by one of the original installers he installed that back in 2007, sent us this picture in 2022 because he opened up the box and he was surprised to see how clean and everything it was still to this day. these are a few of the things that some of our customers say about our products.
The next slide is going to start with a install video of the 0799 that one of our installer friends had sent over to share.
As you can see, the install is pretty simple. It takes about 4 to 6 minutes. This install method that we use follows the roofing standard for flashing into a roof. This is a time-proven method that will never fail you or the homeowner. That translates into never having a callback for a leak from a failed PV junction box. Shortcuts to this method, and I've seen many, have led to callbacks because of leaking. These 3 R's kind of represent what I see as a real good green installation: reliability, reusability, and recycling. Reliability is proven by the SolaDeck field history. In the short time that plastic and poly boxes have been out there, they're already seeing field issues. Reusability: SolaDeck parts typically are reused whenever there is a re-roof. Plastic and poly boxes are not reused and typically end up in a landfill. Recycling: metal can be infinitely recycled and is 95% of the time. Plastic materials, on the other hand, are recycled only about 8% of the time. And in some cases, due to chemical bonding, they can't be recycled. SolaDeck, once again, is the only PV junction box that satisfies all 3. Now I'll hand this over to Ann. She's going to show you some of the parts, and there's been many improvements over the last 6 years. And while SolaDeck is still considered the most reliable PV junction box, because of these changes, it is now also the most installer friendly.
So the 3 products that we'll really go through today are the 0399, the 0599, and the 0799. So I'll have you bear with me here. We're going to switch over to the webcam so you guys can see the products here. So the first one we'll start with is the 0399. We've got that one here. This is our new rail box. This rail box is a universal mount, but it comes with our same 1 cover screw here, made out of steel. We have lots of different rail types we've tried this on, but it attaches very simply. We have the bracket here. It's got different slot sizes at the top. You're able to drop that onto the rail system you're using. Here's a Unirack example. Then you use the hardware that comes with that rail system, and you're able to tighten it down. And you're good to go. We actually just had this at the solar games at Intersolar last month, and they were able to experience doing some installs with this firsthand for the first time. This also comes with knockouts in the left and right sidewalls and the bottom here. Inside of the box, it has weep holes so that there's a way for the condensation to escape. And that is the new rail box. Just trying to check and see if there's any questions. Doesn't look like it. So that's the first product. The next one is our 599. So this one is our Flash SolaDeck box. This is the newest model that we have in the Flash boxes. This one, we made some updates to our previous model. We've got the trimmed corners here. We've made it a lot lighter. These ones weigh about 2.5 pounds, so they're easier to carry, things like that. We were also able to get pricing concessions when we did this, so we were able to get the price down on these, so they're very competitive. These boxes come with one set screw that comes pre-installed in the bottom, so you don't have to lose cover screws on the roof. They have a notch in the cover, there's shoulder screws in the base, so once you get it on there, drop it on, and you're ready to tighten it in. When we did the $599, we also added the knockouts in this. So on the left, right, and on the bottom here, we have 3/4 inch knockouts there for you, so you don't have to drill in our boxes anymore. They also have the ones in the base plate, so you don't have to drill there. You can tap those out as well. The bottom of this one has a large weep hole as well, and it comes with a DIN rail and a ground bar installed. Then we come back to the original. This is our 799 model. This one has the same cover screw situation. We've updated this one to have the one cover screw here. It's installed in the factory for you, so you don't lose that one on the roof. Same shoulder screws here. So you're able to drop the cover on, slide it on. And then we have, in this model, we have plugs in the bottom. So we have 3/4 inch knockout holes in the bottom, just 2 of them. These plugs come installed from the factory, so you can just remove the one that you want to use or both of them. There is also dimples, so if you would like to make a 1 inch or a different size hole, that's already got a spot there for you. You are able to go into the sidewall as well. And this comes with a ground bar and a DIN rail installed as well. So those are the primary products that we offer. We do also have a tile roof option for S tile or slate tiles, but those are the primary ones. So I'm going to flip back off of the camera now. Go back here. And that is the SolaDeck line. Is there any questions or comments or anything that anyone would like to share with us, or anything that anyone would like to go over at all?
Hey folks, I just checking the questions box. We don't see anything currently. Oh, here we go. Do you have a metal roof option?
Okay, I don't see the questions coming through on our end, but for the metal roof, you are able to use either the 599 or the 799. You can use those in there. On our website, there's a video that was submitted by an installer that shows a really nice install that they did in a metal roof with them. Steve has actually been working on kind of some templating to use one of our metal boxes in a roof system as well. Maybe he can explain that one a little bit more, but we haven't gone like all out there with that one yet.
Yeah, it's always easiest if the roof is new, because that's what the guy shows that did that install down in Texas. And what I've been working on is a way to tackle that when you're doing not a re-roof, but after the fact. You know, you're going in and you're putting a solar system on a roof that already exists. And I think I've got a nice way to do that. I'm still kind of playing with it. And once I have that perfected, I will let that out there. It's designed more right now for standing seam. And I know there's a lot of different roofing, metal roofing products out there, you know, and a lot of them are 12-inch center, 9-inch center. It's all over the board. Worst of all is corrugated, which is a tough one. But standing seam, I think we've got a couple of nice options. Especially for the new install, but I think what I'm working on right now, I think for an existing roof will be pretty sweet.
The other thing that Steve was realizing was the 599 model that we have, with it being a smaller width, sometimes that one works well to fit between some of those standing seams in the metal roof.
And we have someone else asking if all the boxes can house DIN mounted breakers.
We don't have breakers in our report any longer because they will handle breakers, especially that large one. It'll handle breakers. ETL and I are going back and forth on what can happen with breakers in that box. And it's kind of all up in the air right now. And the reason is a lot of the breakers that are out there don't meet the ambient temperature ratings. That's kind of becoming an issue for them. However, I can say after years and years of selling the ABB breakers for that, we don't carry them anymore, but we've never seen one ever fail, never falls tripped, never had a problem with it.
Great. Any last questions out there, folks? Great time while good opportunity while we have the SolaDeck people with us. Okay, I'm not seeing any questions, but if you do have follow-up questions, please reach out to your sales reps. We have lots of folks that are well-versed in the SolaDeck product ready to help you with your questions. Just a reminder, this was recorded. It'll be on our YouTube channel here by the end of the day. It'll also come out in our next newsletter. You can find all your pricing, your specs, your install manuals on the web shop. If you haven't signed up for our web shop, we'd love it if you did. It's a really powerful tool. We like to see it as an extension of your procurement team. So I think you'll find a lot of value there. Thank you again to our friends at SolaDeck. We've been using the product for over a decade. It's been a fantastic partnership, fantastic product, and thank you to everybody who's attended. And thank you, Steve and Ann.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, everybody.